Got a quick video for you here. I'm on top of Eagle Point at Caprock Canyons State Park, which has become my new favorite vantage point here in the park. There are plenty of good ones like Haynes Ridge, and if you make your way up to the northern wall, up the North Fork there, it's a pretty good view. Fern Cave, and the view going around the South Prong Trail up the canyon wall there to the Haynes Ridge is pretty cool, but this one I think takes the cake out of all of it. It's the new top dog. It also overlooks this section of the park. I don't know this riverbed in particular, this one that's all down through here. It's not the North Fork or the South Fork. And it meets up with them out there. There's a hawk flying right out in here. But this is going to be the South Fork of the Little Red River, going up through there and in that canyon. And then the Haynes Ridge is going to be that first wall there, and then behind that is going to be the North Fork of the Little Red River. And then they confluence, they meet up right out there, and then that forms the Little Red River, which I think that's that canyon way out there in the distance, kind of right in that area. And then that'll go meet the Prairie Dog Fork town of the Little Red River, which is the Red River that forms the Palo Duro. I don't know why it's a fork. Maybe it's not big enough to be considered a major river until it meets the Salt Fork. I'm not 100% sure, but it's the Red River that forms the border of Texas and Oklahoma, and it's born in the Palo Duro. So, but this is the makings of the Little Red River. One of the many canyons out here in the underrepresented canyon country of West Texas. So yeah, there's a river to the south where there's a historical marker on Holmes Creek, but that's not this little area. That's back up behind here. And then I don't know, I can't zoom in on the GoPro, but and I can't really see on the screen. Right on the horizon there are three peaks, the Quitaque peaks. I don't know if you can see them, but those are significant peaks of the area. Led the natives to Los Lingos Canyon, home of an incredible oasis. It's also very sacred to the natives of the area. And Quitaque Canyon south of that, I guess I should say, where Clarity Tunnel and all that is the Caprock Canyon Trailway. It's the only place in West Texas to watch a bat flight. Yep, that's Eagle Point Trail right down below us, where the big cave at the park is. There are people right there on the bench, probably looking up at me. And I don't put a lot of locations necessarily of where I'm at, especially in some of the lesser known slot canyons and stuff, because if you see on these rocks here, there's a lot of people carving their names, you know, graffiti, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, even me putting my stick and barely doing that, you can already see, well, maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't know. But it already carves the rock a little bit just as is, and it's incredibly easy to do. It's all down there too, but that's why I try to keep And also it's worth saying how untouched this land is, you know, from the Indians having it back, or the natives having it back, and then in the late 1800s, them being eradicated from the area. And it's been turned over to farmers and ranchers that have been using it for just that for, you know, generations as well. So a lot of this land, especially even more so the farmland, you know, this is a state park, and I'm sure the amount of stuff that's been taken from here unknowingly, you know, is quite a bit. But that's probably not to be said for the parts of this canyon country that are all farmland. So I know Pole Canyon seemed pretty untouched, and I went through some questionable, you know, quarry sites and all that through there, which, I mean, that Tichovus jasper that they used for flints and all that sort of jazz, it's all over out here. So it's endless beauty. It's fractal geometry